Not Worth the Time with Wade Taylor. Hey everybody, welcome back to Not Worth the Time. Woo! We are here. We are going at it, dude. I'm all pumped up at Chick-fil-A. Got myself an energy drink and not one of those sparkling ices like I've been drinking, trying to wean myself off of. No, I need something with 300 milligrams of caffeine. You know? I'm trying to stop my fucking heart today. Let's go. You know? It's the fun type. Let's fucking go. I like caffeine. I like caffeine too much. Been trying to wean myself off of it, but it's a tough battle. It's a tough battle going after the old caffeine bug. That's one of those drugs that I feel like is harder to kick than cigarettes, probably. I don't know. I have no statistical backup for that. I'm sure that is wildly incorrect, but that's how I feel in my heart of hearts. You know, that's how I feel, because it's the one I can't quit. I just keep coming back to her. But yeah, I'm amped up. I've had a good day so far. Got the PC back, guys. I got my PC back. I had mine go down. The motherboard got fried. Yeah. Build a PC, they said. It'll be fun. It'll be easy, and it won't be any problems. Nope. It's a pain in the ass. Turns out, building the PC way harder than you thought it might be, huh? So, I learned my lesson. Paid somebody. I know a guy. He's really good at this stuff. I paid him to reinstall everything after I got the motherboard, make sure everything's good. I trust it now. It's gonna be good. Life will be fine now. And so we got my PC back. My brother's got a new one. Everybody's happy. All's well in PC land now. Which is the only PC I care about. That's the only PC culture I care about, is gaming PC culture. That's all I care about, So, it's doing well. Got that taken care of. Got that all back up today. I'm hanging out. Went and got Chick-fil-A today, and I found out something cool and new at Chick-fil-A. I was wondering about this. I actually wasn't wondering about it for the longest time, but then it made sense. You ever just see something and it clicks, and you're like, I know I've thought about that, but I never you never put too much brain power into it, It's at Chick-fil-A, and we went inside because you can actually, dine inside some places now. It's nice, If they have the actual staff, you can dine inside and sit down. Whew, what a luxury. Who would have thought I would miss sitting down in a fucking fast food restaurant of all places? But we did. Me and Jake hung out. Went into there at Chick-fil-A. I picked this a corner booth in the corner of the restaurant, hidden away, less likely, less traffic, all that stuff. A keen position so you can see the whole restaurant, in case attackers come in. Got to be ready. You got to scope out your exits, make sure you point and find them all in case of emergencies. Also, know where the closest weapon is. Locate something that might be heavy next to a table. I'm just saying, be prepared. Go into every situation like you're a Marine. You just need to have tactical thoughts at all times in order to make it through this crazy world. But I noticed right behind me there was this glass divider, and it looked like something you put up there was construction in a restaurant, just a little divider, keep people away from that area. But then I happened to look past it because they had the open so people go in and out of it, and Chick-fil-A just has a coat closet, not for customers, but for their employees, and it's not their personal coats, it's the work uniform coats. That's just how on point with branding fucking Chick-fil-A is, because during the whole pandemic they never closed, and they figured out how to do it. It's one of those things I felt like I heard everybody talk about if you went to try to go to a fast food restaurant. Is if you wanted food from a fast food, one, they were all short-staffed, and two, it just took forever because they didn't update it. They just did it the same conventional way. Whereas Chick-fil-A was no, man, we got to get people in and out of here still as fast as we normally do. And so they started having people have those iPads standing outside taking orders before you even get to the drive-thru, so it's just one continuous fucking factory. You know what? I bet you Chick-fil-A figured that out by going to a chicken factory. They were like, listen, they streamline how they make chicken breasts and all the patties we use for our Chick-fil-A sandwiches. We should just use that same thing. We're just going to do it with humans, except not kill them. We'll give them the chicken, you know. But that was they had all the coats, and I never noticed it until I saw this whole coat closet that every one of them wore matching coats. Like, as soon as it starts getting cold out and stuff, they let them start wearing these matching coats. So they don't let you wear your personal coat at Chick-fil-A. It's like, no. We got branding, we have an identity, and we're going to stick to it. You know, that we have our uniform. And I'll be goddamned if I see someone out there in a goddamn pink Billabong winter coat, okay? Okay, Stacy can't be in a parka with a furry hood, and Jeff be over there in just a hoodie, okay? That's probably, like, it's a nice thing, but it's also, I wonder if it's, like, a necessary thing because not all their employees maybe can afford coats or something. I don't know. That's another, like, hopefully not a heinous thing that's not going on where it's like Chick-fil-A employees make so little they can't afford a fucking coat, so they have to provide it for it. But only at work. You can't take your coat home. God. They did look nice, though. Yeah, they had, like, a whole winterized station. Because once winter is coming, and Chick-fil-A knows it, they're like, we have to prep our employees. They must be ready. Must be ready to brace the cold. If we do not, the chicken will go stale, and people will stop coming for our waffle fries. If we are not prepared for the onslaught. They're basically like 300 every day. Because that's another thing. Like, every Chick-fil-A has, like, a number outside of it that tells you how many people they served the day before. And you see those numbers, and you're like, man, these people are going to war every day with how many cars they're getting through this fucking thing. That kitchen is non-stop. They're just frying up chicken breasts every day. And it's always fresh. That's how it's crazy, is how they're just on top of it. You know? But Chick-fil-A had their own coat closet, and I was just fucking shocked as hell by that for some reason. Don't know why, but it was crazy. I just never thought I'd see that, you know? Office Max didn't give me a coat closet. I guarantee you fucking Walmart doesn't give their fucking cart boys in the winter coats. You gotta use your own fucking coat. I guarantee that. I work outside during the winter. I don't get my coat paid for. I don't get a company coat. That would be dope, though. I just got some company shirts finally. I'm pretty pumped on that, you know? Nice little embroidered shirt. Got my weird nickname on the back. What's up? You know? Feel like part of the team now. What's going down? Yeah. But speaking of teams, we're going to get into what I found this week, guys. Which, a lot of times we're always out here talking about stuff that helps improve our workforces and things like that. And I'm part of a team. You're probably part of a team too. And it's hard sometimes to build a good team and know what when you put them together, what'll work best and who contributes what in order to make the team work, and what like traits work best together. Well, our good friends at Google, good friends with air quotes, spent 2 years studying 180 teams. And the most successful ones share these 5 traits. So we're going to go over those right now. Over the years, Google has embarked on countless quests, collecting endless amounts of data, spending millions trying to better understand its people. One of the company's most interesting intensive endeavors, Project Aristotle. Man, I will get this one day. Gathered several Google's best and brightest to help organize and confine a secret team effectiveness. The secrets to team effectiveness. That's essentially what this is. Okay, so let's go. Let's scroll down here. With the new lens, some added direction for research studies, collective intelligence, ability to emerge out of the collaboration by a group of psychologists from MIT, okay, just a bunch of different researchers went back to drawing board, combed through the data for unspoken customs, specifically any team behaviors that magnified the collective's intelligence of the group. Through Google's rework website resources, that share Google's research ideas and practices on people's operation. Riziosi, I don't even know, whatever, R. Uh, I'm just trying to read through this, guys. One of these days I'll be better at reading, but you know what? Until then, you're just going to suffer through it. Anyway, outline 5 key characteristics, and here they are. Number 1, dependability. Team members get things done on time and meet expectations. Wow. You needed a 2-year study to tell me that if you're dependable, if you have a group of all dependable people who are all just pulling their own weight, shit gets done? No. You needed a study for that? How much money did you waste on this, Google? Come on now. I'm sitting here. I'm a fucking idiot who burned out his motherboard a couple weeks ago. I know dick about computers, but I could tell you that, yeah, dependability might be up there in what makes a fucking group work well. Jesus Christ. Sometimes I read this shit, and it's so obvious. Like, the fact that you need data to back any of this up is crazy. Structure and clarity. High-performance teams have a clear goal and have a well-defined roles within the group. Yet again, yeah, that just goes back to dependability. Do you have this skill set? Can we rely on your skill set to get this done? And will you just get it done? You know, the hardest part, that's the hardest part, is having the people who fit into the structure who will do their task. You know, the people, at least that's what I've always like kind of witnessed. It's like way harder to find somebody who shares the necessary skills to get the shit done. You know, there are people who lie constantly. That's why job interviews are so fucking nuts. We were talking about this the other day. I know a couple people are in job interviews right now, and they're just like, dude, it's like the job interview process is the fucking dumbest thing ever. It's all you do is lie in a job interview. You're literally just in front of 3 other people, and you're just spinning fucking lies. Like, they ask you a hard question about, like, what your biggest weakness is. And your whole objective there, and every person will tell you this, every interview coach, every college, like, prep class for interviews, anything, they always say, whatever you do, don't actually say a real weakness. Like, you have to say basically a fake one and spin it into how it's actually, your weakness is a fucking is a strength. Like, I'm a perfectionist. Like, that's the one people always go to. I pay too close attention to details. Sometimes I get into in the weeds with stuff I do. I know that's the one I say. Is like I'm too detail oriented. Where sometimes I just get stuck in the fucking weeds trying to make sure everything is fucking perfect, which is true. But it also, like, if you say that as your biggest weakness, like, it's such a fucking cop out. That's not a real answer, and everybody knows that. You know? Anywho, let's take a look here. Let's see. What's next? Okay. Meaning. Work has personal significance to each member. That's a tough one, because I'll tell you what, most jobs I've ever had, I don't give 2 shits about. Like, you have no vested interest in a lot, especially because if you work any kind of desk job within a corporate world, most of the time you're doing, like, busy work that helps just make shit move faster and gets data. Like, I feel like when I worked for the big companies I worked for, when I was processing taxes and shit, and doing, like, paperwork and paying, like, municipalities and shit like that, all I was really doing was furthering, like, yeah, I'm technically paying, like, things and, like, doing something so there is an end goal, but you just keep doing it all year long, and all you're doing is, like, just putting in data that people eventually mined later up at the top to show what we did this year. But, like, it's so crazy. Like, it doesn't feel like you did anything. There's no accomplishment. You get done, and then you just move on, and then by the next year, it's the same. You're doing all those same things all over again. It's just rinse and fucking repeat. It's hard to have, like, meaning in those jobs. You know, I don't know. It's always frustrating when it comes to that. Anyway, impact. The group believes their behavior, their work is purposeful and positively impacts the greater good. Yes, that's 4, not 5. The last one stood out for the from the rest. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. You want to have an impact. That's the same thing with meaning. Anyway, psychologically safe. Now, this is the one I want to get to. Like, I haven't read this yet, but it's just funny to me that they're like psychologically safe. If they bring up the fact that like if you have stable individuals within your group, it tends to work out better. What? You're telling me mentally competent people do a better job and work better in a group? Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so. We've all been in meetings and due to the fear of seeming incompetent have held back questions or ideas. I get it. It's unnerving to feel like you're in an environment where everything you do or say can be under a microscope. But imagine the different setting, a situation where everyone is safe to take risks, voice their opinion, ask judgment-free questions, a culture where managers provide air covered and create safe zones so employees can let their guard down. That's psychologically safe. I know not that. I know not the quantitative data that you were hoping for. However, Google found that the teams with psychologically safe environments had employees who are less likely to leave, more likely to harness the power of diversity, and ultimately who were more successful. Engineering the perfect team is more subjective than we'd like it to be, but focusing on these 5 components increases the likelihood to build a dream team through its research. Google made the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle proud by proving the whole can be greater than the sum of all parts. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting thing, I guess. Like, so they're saying, like, being in a safe workplace like that, you can obviously just feel safer and ask questions. I mean, yes and no. Like, it just like you have to give a shit in order to ask questions. I don't know. It just like psychologically safe. Like, I don't know. I guess that's if it works for them, it works for them. I don't know. This is why I never wanted to go into management. This is the biggest reason. Like, trying to select a team sounds like the fucking worst thing ever. Like, I've always wanted like individual jobs where it's like, give me the task, I'm just gonna do this and get out. And that's probably because most of the time I've just looked at jobs as like, I use this to pay my bills. That's not my fucking hobby. So I don't hang out with most people I work with. You know, I've never done that. I never really made friends at work, which sounds horrible. But, you know, that's what I wanted. I wanted to come in, do my thing, be left alone, and go home. Because this was not the place. It wasn't like a fun place. I just didn't want to be there. So I just did my time and I got out. But it is what it is. You know, some people do better when they're in individual things. And that's actually it leads a little bit into my next thing, which I found this article and I thought it was pretty interesting, guys. It's hacker shares the scariest thing he's seen on the dark web. Now, I learned some stuff like just barely skimming this article while I wanted to go through it. The dark web is probably the scariest place on the internet. I've never actually been on the dark web because I want my soul to remain clean and don't want to go to hell. You know, I'm a very Christian man. But this hacker it explains some of the culture of it, and I thought this was interesting. This is just a short bit of it because this is an actual video, but take a look here. A hacker revealed some of the scariest things he's ever seen on the dark web from destructive attackers who want to see the world burn. Damn, dude, I love how like destructive hackers online are just stealing quotes from supervillains in movies. That's how they got to get this shit done, huh? That's how you know it's real. Also, I love how this guy has like a babyface mask on. Like that's what's got to really hide his face. Although that's what's funny is like by putting that mask on, they're like, oh, but the beard. somebody saw this picture and they're like, oh my God, it's fucking Craig. He's on Vice. Damn it, Craig. He's letting all the secrets fly, man. The man who once considered himself Black Hat, which means that he wasn't bound by any kind of ethical code, it now refers to himself as a White Hat. A White Hat will apparently work to improve the greater good and who is bound by the law. He therefore explains that he looks for vulnerabilities in systems that could pose a significant risk. So, what he's trying to say is he's now basically the Batman of hackers. This guy, that's why he's wearing a mask, actually. This is actually his superhero costume. Listen to me, you other hackers. If you come around here, I swear to God, I'll come to this computer. I'll Trojan horse your computer and shut you down. Because I am the babyface. I am the babyface hacker. I will come after you and end your life. You won't even want to step foot in the cyber world ever again once I catch you in your fucking thing. Yeah, dude. I thought that's fucking crazy that there's dudes out here basically being vigilantes of computer software and like databases. The thing is, I've always wondered because like I know they hire hackers later, like the FBI. Like there's whole things about it, like how the FBI, CIA, and even businesses hire like people who are known hackers to try to hack their system and find the flaws, like he's talking about. But like this, like right there, the way that's said makes it sound like he just goes on to things and tries to hack into them and then tells people about it later, like, hey, your system's kind of fucked up. Like, shouldn't you still get in trouble for that? Like, if exposing that, you know? I think there was like one guy, I was reading a story once. I don't know if he got in trouble, but I could see why he might. But like, he told, he found some like weird tunnel underneath where he worked that went underneath the bank vault, like that was right next door. And he told the cops, he's like, hey, I think there's a security risk here. And he told the bank and the cops that, and he's like, what? And he's like, well, okay, if you don't believe me, go to open the safe at, is the safe locked right now? And they're like, yeah. He's like, okay, open it at 6 o'clock. And at 6 o'clock, they came over, unlocked it, and he was sitting in the fucking vault. And like, I don't know if he got in trouble for that or if they gave him a reward for showing him that, but it was a wild story. I feel like that's kind of like what this is. He's almost doing that, right? Anyway, the bloke, oh my God. I didn't realize I was reading it in English. Well, this is called the Lad Bible. That makes sense now. Everything's adding up. The bloke who has over 30 years of experience as a cybersecurity analyst told Vice, okay, so he's a cybersecurity analyst. So he is wearing a mask to try to look cooler. Like, this dude's worked for companies and probably, like, cybersecurity systems for years, but he's putting on a mask to seem more mysterious. Also, I just realized that this mask is doing Steven Seagal eyes. Hi, I'm Steven Seagal, and I'm a computer hacker, and I'm the best computer hacker there is. All I do is spin kick your computers, and I instantly get all the files out of them. I just plug in a USB drive, and I judo chop that fucking computer, and I get all your shit, all your hidden stuff, even if you deleted it before I find it, because I'm Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal being a computer hacker for Russia fucking rules. That's probably what he's doing. Because nobody expects Steven Seagal to be good at computers. And why, in like him switching to being a Russian citizen? Of course, it makes the most sense. Of course, Steven Seagal's a computer hacker. You know, goddamn. Anyway, what did he say? I also do things like hunt the criminals who are targeting hospitals, who are targeting businesses that I'm looking out for. Yeah. He says cybersecurity analyst, though, but, like, that's his job. But it's funny because he says, I hunt down criminals who are targeting hospitals. Like, this guy wants to sound like Batman of the internet, dude. Speaking about ransomware, malicious software designed to block someone's access to the computer system, he said, it is an attack on technique that has been around for decades. A modern ransomware is usually a piece of malware that gets in on your system and corrupts all your data, and then holds you hostage, demanding that you contact the gang that is operating it and pay them some form of currency before they give you the key that decrypts all your information, which you're not even guaranteed to get that back. That's the crazy part. Is like I've heard of people who have like emails sent to them and stuff, and it's like all like scamware, and like it's, you know, especially if you're computer illiterate and like you get an email or something, they would just like, people would just like, oh god, and like panic and they pay them. But then like you obviously didn't, they don't have to give you that fucking thing back. They can just hold it and then be like, oh, you gave us $25,000, that's cool. Now you want another fucking 25, and then you're just fucked. You're never gonna get rid of that, you know. Here we go. Let's finish this up. It's a really short one. That's what's nice about this. Speaking about some of the things he witnessed, he continued. I've watched hospitals get encrypted, and people are left with the choice: do I pay the decrypted of the data, or do I risk lives? He went on to explain how hacking has changed over the years. Back when it started, ransomware was charging hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands for an individual target. The biggest payout we are talking now are easily tens of millions. Jesus. This most recent attack, they were offered $70 million for the campaign key, which is the key that would have unlocked every single computer encrypted during that attack. So we're talking about high stakes games here. Jesus Christ, people are infecting whole systems of like companies and shit and holding them ransom for $70 million. It's kind of baller, okay? It's fucked up. It's fucked up that they're putting people's lives at risk by using like taking over hospital databases and shit. But goddamn, that's some modern day Ocean's 11 type shit. That's fucking wild, dude. $70 million. Speaking about what the future holds, he said, I don't think we have to worry too much about our nuclear arsenal being taken over movie style and used against us, but I do think we have to worry about major impact of financial markets and potential impacts to things like electric production factories. Oh man, yeah. So like those kind of things. So he's saying like government shit's pretty fucking held down tight, which I know a couple people who work in the government side of their tech division, and that shit's a wild game, dude. Like they're on call 24 hours a day. There's no fucking like time you can't not do something. You have to have a phone on you all the time. Even vacation, I believe they have to bring all their shit, dude. It's a wild fucking game, dude. But like those hackers, man, they're getting after it. They're gonna get after it one way or another, and they want that money, dude. Obviously, they're putting some time and effort into it. You know, I'd like to know like where they come up with that money, because like everybody, like it's not that there's a business, but they obviously there's like a cost effect, cost versus time ratio there for developing these softwares yourself, because you're creating a virus and they're essentially building a program that'll infect your computer and hold it hostage. Like, I wonder what amount of time it takes to build that, and why then they go, okay, this is what it's worth if we attack this. Of course, I think it's more based off of what they're attacking. Like, if you attack a hospital, you ask for $70 million and shut down their computers, you have a likelihood of getting it just because of the importance of what you're holding ransom. So that's probably what plays more of a factor. But I don't have no idea how long it takes to like actually access and do that. So yeah. You know what website you hope never gets hacked and you just hope you can go and have a good time at? punninggame.com, guys. punninggame.com. You know it. You love it, guys. It's where you can have all sorts of fun content coming at you Monday through Friday. You got this show every other Monday. Not worth the time. You love it. Watch it. You got Who Gives a F, you got The Empty Parlor, and you got the back catalog of all of our other shows that were on the network and still up there for you to listen to, guys. So check all those out. Um, and if you want to watch any of this, check out clips from Who Gives a F. See this show. Check out my half hour on YouTube. You can go to the YouTube and search Comic Way Taylor. Hit subscribe there. Hit like. I know people aren't subscribed to it because I know how many people listen to this, and it's more than what I subscribe. So go watch it, and you can watch me fuck up and read and stuff like that. Also, links are in the description if you want to read anything that I was checking out today. But yeah, so check all that out, guys. You can find all that stuff. YouTube.com, Comic Wade Taylor. Check all that out. Also, guys, if you're looking to just want to support the website in any way possible, first, like and share, comment, tell some people about it. Spread it word of mouth. That's what I want to do. Spread this podcast word of mouth. Just force your friends to fucking watch it and listen to it, But also, if you're willing to support us financially, head on over to the Punting Game Shop, where you help support us, and you get something in return. Mainly a cool piece of merch, like t-shirts, hoodies. Get yourself something nice that you want. We got the new Not Worth the Time zip-up hoodies. We got the pocket watch. It's a zip-up hoodie with the logo up in the corner. It's real slick, real nice. Really like those ones, so check that out. And don't forget to use promo code NWTPOD. That's NWTPOD, and that promo code gets you free shipping at checkout, guys. Thank you for listening to Not Worth the Time. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. And remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do.